They're gonna do this, gonna do that. But when they fall off, they only got the hood to go back to after the run is over. But you were able to take your success.
I said, you know what? I went home and I talked to my mom. I said, this lady smacked the money on me. She said, baby, you remember when we couldn't afford those shoes? I had.
You bought the first
yeah.
Hey, but you got a whole lot of first though, bro. You got a first person. No, you're not the first one to break the rim. That was Daryl Dawkins.
Yes, Daryl Dawkins.
Daryl Dawkins. It wasn't
Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder. Yeah. All the great names.
So I was gonna be the first, second, and third pick. I said, well, if you do, cool. I said, it was my time. Ain't nothing stopping me from winning games. So trying, but you really get. I'm gonna just because I'm able to. Right. If not, because how kids are like. It's just somebody in the comments, but we have to realize if they're under us. And worry about. I'm like, who the kid? He's like Kobe Bryant. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm trying to get to this
120.
Yeah, 120, and all of them sit down.
This is a Shaq interview with the man who's now been arrested for extortion and a bunch of other RICO-like charges. And Shaq was, this guy was accused of extorting Shaquille O'Neal, one of the people.
Look at that payment. Nobody. So,
well, you didn't tell nobody.
No, I didn't tell nobody. Because, bro, we were here for the Olympics. So, we had practice next morning. Man, I signed that thing, and then the next day it hit. I had to call my family. I had to, tell. Penny was actually on the team at the time.
Really?
So, he didn't know either. So, but.
Because I remember that.
And then people don't understand is every time we lost in Orlando, I was in LA anyway. I was there anyway. So, if we lost on a Sunday, I'm in LA Sunday night just chilling. So
it was just natural.
Yes. So, when I got there, I already had a house there and on Manhattan Beach. I was already, comfortable with the players. I mean, the first time I almost got in trouble. When I first get to LA, I got on all the cross-color stuff. And I'm chasing this person. And I end up in the jungle.
Oh.
So one of the homies pulled me aside. He said, hey, man, I know you ain't from out here, but one, leave her alone, and two, you can't be wearing all that in the neighborhood. Because, look, I'm from New York.
Man, look at he got all this money and chasing tail. Jesus Christ.
I know nothing about it.
Into the ghetto, no less. Jeez. Right? These people are amazing. Man, I live in the ghetto and don't even mess around with these women over here. He found himself in, what he said, in the jungle? What?
So one of the homies pulled me aside. He said, "Hey man, what stuff?" And when I first get to LA, I got on all the cross color stuff, and I'm chasing this person, and I end up in the jungle.
Man, listen, I live in the ghetto, man. I don't fool around. I wouldn't fool around with any of these women over here. And he done chased a woman into hell. That probably was a trap. She probably said a trap for that nigga. Come over here into the ghetto so I can rob your stupid ass. Ain't no telling how many times he been robbed like that. And it just ain't no telling. And here he is chasing tail. And he ends up having to pay extortion fee, a racket fee, while white people on the same team come in and out of LA, don't pay any extra. I mean, this is really, really amazing. This is really amazing, man. I don't know what you guys think about this. It's really fucking amazing when you think about it.
Oh. So one of the homies pulled me aside. He said, hey, man, I know you ain't from out here, but one, leave her alone, and two, you can't be wearing all that in the neighborhood. Because, look, I'm from New York. I didn't know nothing about it. I saw colors and boys in the hood and all that, but hey, light skin with that long hair, I had to get it.
All right, hold on, man. I'm gonna come back to the LA street code, but I gotta go back because I
homie pulled up on me and said, "Hey, man, you got on red shorts, red top."
Like, come on, man. What was he driving?
A convertible.
What did he say? He said light skin with that red hair.
Skin with that long. I saw colors and boys in the hood and all that, but hey, light skin with that long hair, I had.
We putting to bed all the propaganda here. These blacks would just let it roll right out of their mouth. This was 3 years ago, by the way, so this is fairly recent. Jesus Christ. If Shaq wasn't a somebody, he could never think of this guy into. Yeah, This is where the money goes, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he got tattoos. You can't fucking read him. He's so dark. Well, what's the even point of putting yourself through the torture?
To get it.
All right, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come back to the LA street, the street code, but I gotta go back because
my
I've
homie
been
pulled
doing.
up on me and say, "Hey man, you got on red shorts,
There
red
you
top,
go. Like, come on, man. What was he driving?
a convertible red car."
Oh.
He was like, "Hey man,
Well,
get
you
up
was
out
good in the jungles. It's just everywhere else you was in trouble.
here." He was like, "Hey man,
At that
get up
time-
out of here." I was like, "My bad."
At that time, yeah,
And
you
I was
good.
20 years old
you
out
was
in
in the
LA.
jungle.
Yeah.
But I got to go back though, because I want to jump in. I want to go back. I'm gonna backtrack to the contract. You was how old?
I cannot answer that, sir.
God damn it, this man can't answer nothing.
No, it's hey man, you look. I'm from your era.
Right. Time I'm not officially something.
The right person. Money Mark. You good? Let me tell you something. You know the right person. Money Mark.
Man, they give me the gold boots though.
Bro, hey,
You know how many people out there don't know I've been
good. Trust me.
So I get my, and I know you gotta have my side because you
22.
and I'm a 14.
You're 14?
Yes, I'm a 14.
If I hook you up with some Shaqs, you gonna wear them?
You goddamn right I'm gonna
You
wear
ain't
'em.
gonna wear them.
Why wouldn't I wear 'em?
All right, I got you.
Why wouldn't I wear 'em? Shit,
I got
he's
you.
a fucking legend.
Me?
Yeah.
And what are you?
I'm a
Legend?
I'm a legend.
All day, every day. Yeah, hell yeah.
I guess I'm a legend did.
You
I
are.
heard it from the big fella. Look, let's go back to you signed it.
Did Shaquille O'Neal just call the guy a legend? Wow. Well, there you go. Legend ripped him off. I guess he feels good about it. Anyway, guys, man, I wanted to get that out. I just happened to see it, man. And we've been talking about this for a bit. Guys, make sure you hit the like button before you go. Before I go, I should say. Before you leave. Anyway, make sure you hit the like button. I may get up in the morning, do an early morning stream for you guys. I just got to get my machine hooked up. I bought a gaming desktop so I can do my OBS thing there. Guys, make sure you support the channel. I really, really appreciate it. Any cash app to support Porsche, HB, Get Cracked, Stanley, and of course, me, John Galt. And our latest panelists, we're going to have Universal on. Before I go, guys, what do you think about the Universal HB and John Galt show? I don't know where Stanley is. Kelvin. He may be live coming up at some point. Ghetto point of view, have you had a chance to see the morning roast with the HB Universal and John Galt? Me, John Galt here. What do you guys say? You like it, Black Manta? Okay, cool. Yeah, trio's cool. Yeah, I like it. Okay. How many of you guys had a chance to hear Be Brave call in this morning? Yeah. HB Universal and I, we do have pretty good chemistry there. We can bounce the topics off each other and flesh them out pretty well. I don't know if you guys like Be Brave. Some of you guys, he's not for everyone's taste, but Be Brave called in yesterday morning. We had an interesting conversation, as always. Be Brave and John. So you should be able to find those clips. Oh, by the way, let me make sure I pitch the channel. Where is that here? If you have any questions while I'm here, feel free to put them in the chat and see if I can answer them to the best of my ability. And we do have a channel here of all the latest and greatest. And that is the Urban Landlord Clips here. Be Brave is very interesting. Dig David. Where's the link? Oh, you want to join? Okay, let's see. I have about 40 minutes, Deacon Dave. I go to bed when my lady wakes up. How about that? Feel free to join here. Anyone, feel free to join here. No, I'll be honest. I like getting up here talking. So I don't have a set schedule like some people do. I'll jump on anytime. So you have to be on the lookout for the notification there. Deacon Dave, if you want to jump up, feel free. What's up, Deacon Dave?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, one day at a time. What's going on?
Man, I was just watching the show, and I'm like, how convinced is Shaq that this guy is on his level? It's like, Shaq, you were like one of the most dominant big men in the league, and you let these outside influences just. I don't know. It's like you take the knee to these outside influences that aren't real. Like, and much to Stanley's chagrin, if we were to tell the truth about most of the inconsistencies in the black community, is that what he's labeling as anti-blackness? It's like, you can really break down this Shaquille O'Neal situation and see what's wrong with most Negroes' minds.
Well, you know, as I've said recently, I think blacks are desirous of a big man. You'll hear them say things like, back in the day when we had high-rise apartment buildings, there was less violence. More or less what they're saying is that they were like, once you concentrate blacks, you can get some kind of organization. A big man will take hold. Someone will take over the building, some New Jack City type shit. And if he's solely interested in running his business and not raping the women and, killing people, then they can have some semblance of peace. If you remember The Wire, did you watch The Wire?
Nah, see, I wasn't one of those dudes who, like, if it's popular, I jump off of it, man. When I used to watch Power and all that, and when I found out that it was popular, I didn't care. I cut it off, man. I'm one of those type of guys. Because I think that it sets like a culture for most people. It becomes the baseline. It's like, remember when such and such did this in that movie? I don't want to be a part of the hive. That's what makes you part of the hive, is when you entertain this culture and you all believe the same thing.
Yeah, check this out. Let me make sure I'm sharing. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah, this used to be one of my favorite authors, by the way. He was a contributor on The Wire. His name is George Pelecanos. He's a DC-based author, and he wrote some of The Wire. And as you can see here, Amsterdam, called Amsterdam and Other Releases, is the fourth episode of the third season of the series, The Wire. The episode was written by George Pelecanos from a story by David Simon and George Pelecanos, and was directed by Ernest Dickerson. Let me see if I can see if it explains The Wire. Because I don't want to tell you. The subplot was introduced to explore the potential positive effects of de facto legalization of the illegal drug trade and incidentally prostitution within the limited boundaries of a few uninhabited city blocks. The positive benefits will reduce street crime citywide and increase outreach of health and social services. And, I point this out to say, like, I think that there's going to have to be, for not to end up with a whole bunch of blacks constantly cycling through the jail system. Ideally, it might be best if we have a place where we can just go and commit crime without, right? Like, think about how much we would have avoided had we done so. There'll be no George Floyd, right? Right. There'll be no George Floyd, right?
Wait, did you just think of this? That's amazing. That's brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, well, I didn't think about it. It's in the Amsterdam, it's in The Wire.
Okay.
What you're seeing is cities more or less responding to that by saying, you know what, if you're driving with a tag expired, in DC, a police can pull you over as long as you put the joint out before he walks up to the car. You good. You can't search your car. So you're seeing a lot of relaxation of the rules to keep from, cycling people through the criminal justice system. And there will be consequences and downstream effects of that if you let them just, if you arrest them when they're driving with expired tag, and they may not go out and kill someone, right? Run someone over, whatever, right? But at least it keeps the government off the hook from having to interact with that person and take them to jail, oftentimes at the most inconvenient time. When someone pulls you over and say, now it's time to go to jail, it probably ain't the time you want to go to jail. You know what I mean? So,
right.
And that's what you're most likely to fight, resist,
Do you think that there's still like us, like we have an issue where they look for us and we're the target, and to any extent, like, is it, if you took 2025 and compared it to 1985 or 1995 or 2015, is there any stench of that they're going to go after us? I think that we're getting let off the hook more than more than any amount of they're looking for us to be making an infraction so that we could be arrested, detained, or anything like that. I think that they're being more than lenient in this whole.
Let me show you something you might find interesting. Let's see if I have it. Let's see. I know I have it, but not I can always look it up. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think this will kind of explain it. Let me just pull it up here. And I'm gonna do this. Check this out.
Oh, you see, I defined that word, that maggle.
Oh, no, I didn't get a chance to hear. What did you say?
It's like a thing that I have. If I see something, I can't act like I didn't see it. But like a maggle is somebody who really just is like mama first. Like dad don't matter because mom told me so. Mama this, mama that. It's like they can't stand up and be a man. I see that. But like Shaq really fits that. He'll say some shit like, "My sons, I'll take care of my daughters, but my sons, they're gonna have to struggle and figure it out." That kind of stuff, and it's just like that goes back to how much you exalt your mother and you dehumanize your sons.
Well, it's kind of like like you seen it like with I mentioned Young Jeezy's son. I think he killed someone. You seeing it with Dion's son, not able to kind of live up to the same height. And they, LeBron's son, and you saw Jordan's son, and that when they don't live up to the hype, then there really is nothing for them to fall back on, even though their fathers have made billions of dollars. Look at Puffy's son just hanging out partying. There's really nothing for him to do.
Right. Yeah.
His dad had $1 billion, but there really was nothing, undergirding that. What it was just, license deal, and I'll put your name on this if you go dance on an ad for me, and that's not easily transferable to your children to inherit. Ghetto point of view is in New York, and here's one of the things that I talked about, like, well, I think it's going to be a real serious problem going forward. You see what's on the screen here, and right now they have some quote unquote kinks. But take a listen to this, and this is going to really affect the lower class, undisciplined people. Take a listen.
A new network of artificial intelligence cameras is on the case, catching New York City motorists who block bus lanes. But an IT investigation finds that some of those cameras are also catching drivers who are doing absolutely nothing wrong. News 4's Chris Glorioso found hundreds of instances where these AI systems have captured video of legal parking, but called it a violation.
Blink and you might miss them. On the windshields of hundreds of MTA buses, mounted cameras are now searching for vehicles blocking the bus lane. The cameras are powered by artificial intelligence, but driver George Hahn says the AI system isn't smart enough.
This is a normal spot, and it's actually right by the regular alternate side parking sign.
Hahn says last month he got 3 violations on the same day for blocking bus lanes on East 79th Street. But in each case, the videos captured by the bus cameras themselves show he was legally parked right here along with all these other cars.
Well, at first, I wasn't worried because I know the parking rules and these are legal spots. The tickets kept coming, though, so we're up to about 10 now.
Now, a vehicle illegally parked here in the red bus lane is supposed to
That's happening.
get a ticket. But here's the problem. That bus lane ends right about here, and these vehicles are parked in legal alternate side spots. And many of the drivers say they're still getting tickets.
They could clearly see on the picture that I'm literally before the line.
You were legal.
I was legally parked.
Jonathan Kuji gave us his violation notice, and it also shows his car was not parked in the bus lane. And the I-Team has learned hundreds of other drivers have been served similar mistakes. We showed these images to the MTA, and the transit agency confirmed buses on the M79 and BX35.
You know, the point I'm making here is like, bro, when that AI shit roll out, the undisciplined man doesn't stand a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that discipline thing is huge, man. I know what you're saying, but like, yeah, it'll be something automated where it's fair across the board. You don't have the human element of giving niggas a second chance, and then, yeah, if you're crossing the line, I'm not saying as far as parking, but as far as like the criteria of a crime, there is going to be no leeway.
Right. When you know, if a parking attendant is coming out, you can run to your car. But as the bus rolling down the street, this motherfucker can zap your ass from a block away. Right? And if you're good enough, they'll be able to see you before he even gets up on you to read your tag or, you know, whatever they need to do. Like this AI, and as I say, like in these very technocratic cities, New York is probably best suited to pull this kind of stuff off. It's going to be very hard for the poor man to make a living there, with any leeway to make, like slacking the line to make mistakes. As you can see here, I don't know if you heard this. Let me see if I can show you this again. Let me see what this guy says. Listen to what he said. This guy said he had 10 tickets in a short period of time. Listen.
It also shows his car. Jonathan
Clearly saw
Coming, though, so we're up to about 10 now.
10 tickets.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, and one of the things in New York City, these inner cities, not so much in DC, but like here in where I live, bro, this is one of the benefits of living in the ghetto. They don't write tickets over here, bro. They don't write tickets in my neighborhood.
Yeah, I noticed that. When I go back to my hometown, I don't have to stop at red lights and stop at stop signs. When I moved out where I'm at now, on the way out here, I got 3 tickets. And I was so used to the inner city life that you don't realize that you're making so many mistakes.
Hell yeah. It's a little loose at this motherfucker. And, you've heard people call into the stream, they want to live in this city because the benefits, the explicit benefits, welfare, the implicit benefits, you can play hard and loose with the rules. You can play hard and fast with the rules in the inner cities. And if they don't get that. They don't get that concept. That is, it's so big, but people just they're like oblivious to it. Right. And so when you move away from that, it becomes really like you're moving away from your social safety net. You understand? Not that I need it. If I only speak it for me, I don't need it because I need it, but I benefit from it, even though I don't need it. Right? Like I get on the bus, I see a bunch of niggas ain't paying. What the fuck I'm gonna pay for? I ride for free. Right. Like ain't nobody else getting charged for it, so what the fuck I pay? So some of the benefits flow down to you, even if you don't reach out grab them. You just get
They-
them. You know what I mean?
They trickle down, huh?
They trickle down. You know what I mean? And so, you know, when you hear the poor blacks, they want to run away from the poor neighborhoods, like the benefits don't trickle down to them. Think about how many blacks smoke cigarettes and bum cigarettes from people every day, right? If you live in a nice neighborhood, people ain't smoking cigarettes like that. Who you gonna bum a cigarette from? Now you got to go buy a whole pack, and you can't afford a whole pack. You
See, that's the inverse. That's the inverse. Where I'm not familiar with that. See, I'm ignorant to that.
Yeah, like, so what they've done is they made the cigarettes so expensive in these cities that they've created a black market for a legal product. I guess that would be called a gray market.
Yeah.
But you know, cigarettes, a pack of cigarettes is, you know, $15 to $20 a pack up here.
Damn, they're that high.
Yeah, so people remember Eric Gardner?
Yeah, you got choked out for selling Lucy's.
Yeah. So basically, man, you know, let me see if I can pull it up. Since I have a little time, man. NYPD Eric Garner Lucy sales. Lucy's. Let's see.
Yeah, I smoke cigars. You can't bum none of that. Yeah, you can't bum a cigar, bro.
Look at this shit right here. Look at these headlines here. No one ever thinks about this shit, like the downstream consequences. You see this? I'm gonna maximize the screen a little bit. It wasn't just a chokehold that killed Eric Garner. What killed Eric Garner? Racist cops or cigarette tax? Well, clearly it wasn't racist cops because one of the cops was named Kizzy. Kizzy. Right? And you see what I Google here, New York City Police Department, Eric Garner, Lucy's taxes. Right? And so if you go down, I'm sure you see it right here. This is before he was killed, I think. I'm probably not going to be able to read this article. In order to crack down on the legal sale of 75-cent cigarettes, they're 75 cents in Staten Island, came directly from police headquarters. Think about that. You probably never knew that, did you?
Nah.
You probably never knew. They probably never heard that. Came directly from police headquarters. Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Why do you think they came directly from police headquarters?
Well, I do know this. Back in the day, I was an entrepreneur. You know how they say it. But I got family in the South, and I used to go visit them. And I would buy cartons, boxes and boxes of cigarettes. Because when they used to be like $30 in Georgia, they was right around $50 for a carton in Ohio.
Yeah, that's what they do. And so I think Eric Garner was getting his from a casino. I mean, from the Indian reservation. But this came from the top, as you can see. And this is why, you know, there was more or less a scramble to cover up Eric Garner, but, you know, they needed him off of the streets. And you'll see here, the sale of Lucy's had been on Banks' radar since at least March, when it was discussed at a meeting at police headquarters about quality of life issues. You should recognize this name, Chief of Department Philip Banks. You should recognize his name. He worked for Eric Adams in his administration, him and his brother, and they were summarily dismissed. Banks also conducted surveillance on Bay Street, and one of which shows 3 men believed to be involved in an illegal cigarette sale, and Garner is not in it. I think it talks about him going to the casino here. Cops spotted. Look, he was selling untaxed cigarettes. But anyway, I think this is it.
At the casino, he would do that.
He would go to the Indian reservation. But usually there's a casino there. But his rap sheet includes 8 arrests for possession and selling cigarettes. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of just stupid, but I don't know. You would think that would be one of the minor things that you can get away with, but
Selling cigarettes? Well,
yeah, I mean, unless he's just setting up like a lemonade stand style,
You have to think about the amount of taxes that, bro, a pack of cigarettes really is probably about $3. And in New York, the city, they end up charging $14 for them, $20. So that's like if you were a drug dealer and someone was undercutting your market, what would you do? You send your goons down to get him off your corners. And that's what New York City did. They sent their goons down to get him off the corners because he was fucking up their, the sale of their product. Look, you can see the headlines here. New York City's ordered to crack down on selling loosies. It all came down to money, bro. Look. Racist cops and cigarette taxes. Yeah, the cigarette taxes are very, very high in New York. DC too, but not as high as New York.
Yeah, so he had a rap sheet a mile long for selling cigarettes.
Yeah, selling cigarettes,
Yeah, by the time they put their hands around his neck, they were sick of his shit.
Say what?
He didn't take the, opportunity to recognize that they was on to him and giving him a hard time about it. Maybe his inventory of cigarettes was so high, he was like, well, let me finish out the lot.
I think they were broke as hell, man. To be honest with you, I think he was living hand to mouth. To be honest with you, he wasn't had that money.
I love to say because it couldn't be too lucrative that you're gonna pay the rent off of cigarette money. No,
not one at a time. He down at the low end of the food chain. It's probably enough for him to, buy some ramen noodles and shit like that. But not enough money for him to make a living off of.
Yeah, which is crazy because now you got the example of what happened to you. Fuck with them that tax man's money. Right.
That was the moral of that story, of the Eric Garner story to me. Like, again, it went high up in the police ranks. Like, yo, this guy's selling cigarettes, and it really, he's messing with our business. And they sent the police out there to get him off the corners. And no one ever talked about, well, he wouldn't be out there if it wasn't for the high cigarette taxes. That would be no one sells Lucy cigarettes in Alabama, bro. There's no market for it.
No, I'm sure they're cheap too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why there is no market for it. Because hold on for a second. What is this? Something playing in my ear. Okay. Yeah, they're too cheap, to have people out there selling Lucy's. But in New York, you can go somewhere and buy them cheaper and then bring them to New York.
Hey, they got a restaurant up there in DC. It's called Legal Seafood. Is that still a thing?
I don't know if it's still a thing. It probably is because it's a big restaurant chain. Not a big restaurant chain. Okay.
That was in contrast to that Red Lobster thing. Legal Seafood is like how many levels higher than Red Lobster?
They have.
I was wondering why the girl didn't go and get just go waitress at a reputable establishment.
Man, I explained it. You can't get there, bro. You can't get
there. You can't get it.
Nah, she's black, bro. She can't get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I Googled some of the articles about the racism in the restaurant industry. It's more or less probably about looks than anything. If you're really pretty, got a good attitude, you can get in there in front of the house. Otherwise, you're gonna be back of the house, and you're gonna have to compete with the Hispanics, and it's very difficult.
That's why Hooters is shutting down, because they let the back of the house come to the front of the house and it scared all the guests away.
Got to do it every time.
They said we don't discriminate on weight and all that other stuff. I said, well, your Hooters, you kind of specialize in it.
Oh
You
man,
gotta have a shape.
I got something I want to show you, bro. Since I got you on the screen, let me see if I can share it with you. I saw this today. I was riding on my scooter today, and let's see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find it. I'm going to share this with you. All right. Okay.
Start a restaurant and call it Edges.
I'm pulling this up from my phone here, so you have to bear with me. I'm pulling it up from my phone. Okay, I'm going to share 2 videos with you. This is the first video, and bear with me. The footage isn't as good, but I'll explain it to you. So give me 1 second. Let me see. Window. There it is. Is this it? Okay, let me see. Is that it? Is that it? Now you're not seeing the right screen. Okay, let me do this. Stop. Share screen. Window. Fuck is it at? It's got to be here somewhere. I am sharing, right? Let me make sure I'm sharing again. Yeah, I want you to see this. Start. Okay. All right, I got it up now. Okay. I think I got it up. There it is. Okay. Let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right, this is me on my scooter today. I'm going to narrate this for you.
Hey, y'all know anybody named John Neal down here?
So I'm at a homeless shelter. This is Martin Luther King Avenue. Let's see. This is a better view. No. Let's see if this is it. This is it right here. You see that?
Yeah.
These are all homeless people. Right? You see that?
They got some nice shoes on to be homeless.
All these homeless motherfuckers.
My man, you know a dude named John Neal?
Yeah. Look at all these homeless motherfuckers.
Yeah, you got a juice on your bike. You gotta charge up the bike.
Nah, I'm good. I got 3 bars. Look how noisy and loud it is.
What's that they in front of? They trying to get into the shelter or something, or they just at the bus stop?
Yeah, you see the security guard. He's right there in the blue shirt. You see him?
Oh yeah, okay.
Blue jacket, right? So this is the entrance to the shelter. So they come right outside of the shelter. There's one man leaving the entrance to the shelter. And what you'll see, I'm going to see if I turn around. You're going to see all these blacks at the shelter. You see that? You see all them blacks right there? All blacks.
Yeah, kind of copy, but yeah, I can see it. Oh man, you got to get you a what was it? You got to get you a DJI Pocket. It's discreet.
Oh no shit, that's what I need to get right now.
Yeah, you might need a microphone for it too, or they got a Bluetooth adapter and a microphone. But you can control which way it's looking, and you can lock in on something before you approach it.
No shit. Oh, I need to get one. Look at it. Man, look at this shit. This right outside. Look at all them niggas out there. Then I roll up on these niggas.
Hey, y'all know anybody named John Neal down here?
Look at that nigga. Nodded the fuck out. He's sleep. OG. Look at all the trash. God damn. You see all the trash?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Just, I mean, no incentive to do it. I mean, to clean it up. You got people just loitering and shit. They're gonna sling it. They're gonna throw it over the fence. They're gonna crush a tall boy or something. Just throw it over the fence, man.
Now I got something gonna blow your mind, bro. Now remember, this is Martin Luther King Avenue.
Of course.
All right. I'm on my scooter and I'm making my way. See me making my way. Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all know anybody named John Neal down here?
Now I'm at the Popeyes on Martin Luther King. You see who working in that motherfucker?
Yeah, the big arms, the big backs. Oh, hold on. Nah. All right, who's that? Who's that?
You see that man in the cage racing?
Yeah, is he Mexican or something?
He Mexican or something, right? I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit more. Let's see. Popeye. You got at least one black man right there. There's a black man right there. What shit? So it's two black women, two black people, a sister gal, and a black man. You can kind of see him right there. And everybody else in that Spanish, bro. That's in the fucking Popeyes and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, man, they taking the work. They taking the work from them people trying to get into the shelter.
Look at this shit. Look. There's the sister gal right there. Like, they not even working in their own fucking Popeyes, bro. Like, most of them motherfuckers live right there. They can walk to work.
Crazy. Crazy.
Necessary, bro. All them homeless people within 2 blocks of the damn Popeyes. And none of them take the incentive to go down there and get the damn job. Like, that's really fucking amazing.
That's like what somebody said yesterday. They got an addiction, or they got, you know, a gambling problem, or, you know, sex. I forget who was saying that yesterday. But most people got a vice that they can't afford to live because they have to suffice the vice.
Yeah, I think you're right. The recovery on, I think most people are bringing their cigarettes up north from South Carolina. I think South Carolina has the cheapest cigarettes. Either South Carolina, North Carolina, or Virginia. Not all the way from Alabama. That's what I think. You're in Florida, right?
No, I'm in Ohio.
Are you near Lincoln Heights?
No, I don't. No.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No. Actually, I don't.
You know, the blacks are out there arming themselves up for some apparent Nazis that were in Lincoln Heights. You didn't hear about that?
No, but I heard about the one in Cincinnati.
Or that may have been outside of Cincinnati, to be quite honest with you. I think Lincoln Heights is outside of Cincinnati. Yeah.
Man, they still do this fear mongering thing. Where y'all gotta learn what's what, and like ignore the bullshit and focus on what you gotta do. And the people going out there saying that we're gonna go down there and get them straight and all that. Man, listen, none of that shit matters. They ain't got no power over you.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be that affluent of a town. I don't know why the Nazis would target that town, but apparently they have the blacks up in arms there. Hey man, I'm gonna get out of here. It's after 6 o'clock. My lady's gonna be waking up. She'll be calling me and see me online. She'll be like, "What the hell are you doing online?" I should get to sleep. Hey man, I'll probably be back online in about an hour or so. Hey, what did you think about Shaquille O'Neal and Draymond and them having to check into this gangster who basically looted them?
They are the exact definition of a Maggle. They are Maggle type dudes, man. They just don't. They don't stand up and be who they are. They don't know how to stand on their own square. If you're bowing down, if you're this great NBA player and you're bowing down to some culture bullshit and paying somebody because you're stepping in California, I believe they live in California, you're just paying money, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that is kind of unbelievable. You see where their money is going now to, like, total bullshit there.
Right, and you're part of the problem.
Indeed. All right, man, I'm gonna get out of here for the night. I'll be up sometime later tomorrow. I don't know if HB's going trucking. I think wherever he was, the weather was bad. But guys, make sure you subscribe to the Urban Landlord Clips, and make sure you support the channel as well. And me, I'm John Galt here. I thank you all for joining me. We have 17 people in the audience right now. And again, thank you all for joining. Make sure you support the